Hi everyone, this is Jim Wallace from PurdueBandFan.com again, and I have with me three seniors who are going to talk a little bit about their experience in the Purdue All-American Marching Band. And we're going to start on the left here with Corey. Corey, why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Corey Ross. I'm a senior studying mechanical engineering. I'm originally from Schaumburg, Illinois. It's a suburb of Chicago. And I am also a member of the drumline. I play the snare drum. In terms of future career hopes, I actually have a job. I'm working for Ford Motor Company up in Detroit starting next summer. So yeah, that's me.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Katie.
I'm Katie Boyer. I'm a senior majoring in creative writing and professional writing. I'm minoring in women's studies and LGBT studies. And I'm from Lebanon, Indiana. I play the alto saxophone. And for future career hopes, I want to attend grad school to pursue an MFA and then go from there as a journalist.
Okay, good. Paige.
Hi, I'm Paige Zimmerman. I'm from Washington, Illinois, which is central Illinois, not Chicago. I am a senior majoring in hospitality and tourism management. I play the clarinet, and my future career hopes is to work for the Walt Disney World Resort.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's talk about when you first walked onto this campus as an 18-year-old. Seems like a long time ago maybe now.
Yeah.
Gosh.
What drew you to the band? How come you decided to join the band? Corey?
Well, when I was in high school, I kind of decided that definitely I wanted to continue my musical experience, but not necessarily as a music major, which was a big draw to Purdue because we have really good music programs here, but there's no school of music. And then I wanted to have a really big marching band. Marching band's a super awesome thing. I love college football and all the pageantry involved. So coming to a school like Purdue where I could get that musical experience and be in a large college marching band was definitely a big pull to come to Purdue for me.
Okay, Katie?
In high school, I really loved marching band, and we attended Purdue Band Day every year when I was in high school, and so I was really drawn to the band. And it was one of the deciding factors of why I came here. I got accepted into a few others, and they all had redeeming qualities, but then essentially the band was like the one, like the cherry on top for Purdue, and so then that's why I chose to come here.
Yeah, okay. Paige?
I've been marching since the 6th grade. Through middle school, we just did parades and stuff like that. Then high school, we did competitions. And you could ask anybody that I marched with at the end of my last competition, I wasn't ready to give it up. You could see it on my face, and I just knew it in my heart. So one of my main priorities for whatever school that I chose to go to for college was that it had to have a good marching band program. And when it came down to looking at who had my major and who had what I wanted in a band, Purdue fit the bill #1.
Okay. And Paige, have you played in any of the other ensembles on campus?
I've played in the varsity band for 2 semesters.
Okay, and that's a spring band.
Yes, a spring concert band.
I'm not sure everybody would understand that the Purdue Bands has both fall and spring semesters, of course, and they have bands in the spring that allow you to continue to enjoy playing your clarinet, whatever. Katie, how about you? Other ensembles?
Yeah, I've participated in collegiate band and university band, which are also spring concert bands, and I did the Gold and Black Sound, which is a pep band for the women's basketball team. I did that for a little while as well.
Okay. Corey?
I've been in both the Purdue Wind Ensemble and the Purdue Philharmonic Orchestra, and no, I don't play the violin. I was a percussionist still in that orchestra, and then in addition to that, I've been in percussion ensemble every spring so far, and that's definitely a nice little niche group to be in as a percussionist to have here.
I don't know if people would know that we have 2 members of the big bass drum crew that do play the violin, however.
We do, actually, yeah.
And they're quite good, I hear.
They are quite good, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is there anything about your section, your particular section, that you'd like to talk about? If I was playing the same instrument or in a drum line somewhere else, is there anything unique about your section?
Well, drumline, we're probably the most unique section in the band. We don't play wind instruments. We have the big bass drum. Technically, the drum majors are a part of the drumline too. And I think the thing about the drumline is it's like we're kind of our own family within the family. We always have each other's back, always helping out each other with music memorization or drill or whatever it is. And then we always have fun carrying drums all day long on Saturdays, and then we
Yeah.
rejoice in back pain the next morning.
Right. I've almost heard it referred to as a mini cult because,
Yeah.
you know, you're so close together and you have
Yeah.
your own sort of lounge area.
Yeah, we
and
do have our own room.
Yeah,
Which is
and
nice.
you have to memorize your music.
All of it.
You and the piccolos.
Yeah, us and the piccolos, yes.
Yeah, yeah. And the rest of the winds, except you have to memorize music too for pregame and what have you.
Yeah.
Katie, how about you? The alto sax, anything special in that section?
Yeah, the saxophone section, the altos and the tenors are extremely close. We do lots of stuff together. We have, like a couple weeks ago, we had sax camping, and then we have sax giving, sax Christmas. We have lots and lots of like events that we do together, and we're a very, very close group. Most of us live together eventually, and I think one significant feature of the saxophone section is that like everybody in the saxophone section is friends with everybody, and I think we're one of the like clickiest sections perhaps. So
I interviewed a freshman's saxophone player earlier, and they said that even the saxophone players that did not make the marching band were still involved in some of the activities, which I thought was pretty nice.
yeah,
yeah.
we definitely try to include just basically anybody who plays the saxophone. So.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Paige?
The clarinet section's like its own family too, and I think almost every section would say that. We try and do rank dinners or section dinners as much as possible. If somebody's living off campus, then usually somebody else will step up so that we can swipe them in so that they can join us and still have dinner and or lunches with us. Every once in a while we try and throw in like a movie night or something like that, or sometimes somebody will host us and we'll have like a potluck or they'll cook for us. And you always know if you lost a reed or if you lost your music or something, or you just need somebody to talk to,
Yeah.
you can put it in the group text and somebody will respond to you very quickly, and we take care of each other very well.
Do all of your sections kind of help the freshmen out when they first get here?
Oh, yeah.
A lot?
We tell them what class to take, what professor to
Uh-huh.
have, what classes not to take.
See, this is one of the disadvantages of BGR, is that they're here the whole week, but they don't meet upperclassmen. And a freshman in the band meets upperclassmen and can ask these questions and find out, don't take that professor, take this one, and so on, yeah. Paige, come back to you. What memories in the band will you cherish the most?
The first time I was told that I was in the band, for sure, I was very nervous. I take auditions very seriously, so I never take a spot in this for granted. The biker halftime show freshman year, the moment the lights turned on, hearing the reaction come from behind us from the student section was it was so special.
Awesome.
And I love all the halftime shows. There's so many special ones that it's just kind of hard to pick, but those for sure are some of the most special.
Katie?
Yeah, for me, it's probably the biker halftime show. Definitely was one of them. It's always during the halftime show, or the pregame show too. For sometimes, like whenever you hear the crowd cheer, like last year's Thriller show when we started dancing. And then the Armed Forces Salute show, that always gets to me, you know, when people stand up and whatnot for their branch of military. And then I just remember the Notre Dame show. That was such a big one. When
It was a night game too, right?
yeah,
Only
yeah.
night game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when the camera came down, the crowd went wild. You know, it's just, it's always like when you're in the moment. That's always, that I'll cherish most.
Corey?
I'll reiterate the biker halftime show. That's that's by far, we got a standing ovation both when we did it here and when we brought it to Michigan State, which getting opposing fans to stand up for your band's kind of a big deal. And then just the people and stuff. I definitely think band people just are the nicest people and the most accepting people on campus. And so just all the memories from all the traveling and stuff and whatnot, and going on trips with people in the band, whether it be for football games or for concert band or whatever. Just the time that we spent together is definitely a big good memory for me.
So while you mentioned trips, let's talk a little bit about that. What kind of travel opportunities have you had, Corey?
Well, no bowl games.
No bowl games, that's
no
true.
Bowl games, yeah, it's kind of sad. We still have a little bit of hope left. But I'm actually I think I might be the only person in the department who I went to Spain with concert band and orchestra the spring break of my sophomore year. Then I went with the marching band to Colombia the following summer. And then I most recently went with wind ensemble to New York City for Carnegie Hall. So those 3 trips were in just a little over a year from each other. And it's kind of just mind-blowing that I've had the opportunity to go with such amazing people literally all across the world and experience different cultures and different musical events and stuff. And it's a very humbling experience, and I'm really grateful for it.
Those are 3 pretty great trips.
Yeah.
How about you, Katie?
For me, I haven't been out of the state of Indiana that much prior to college. Like overall, I've only been to 7 states before, and then I went to Colombia, and that was my first time out of the country, and that was like my 3rd time ever in a plane before.
Huh.
The first time I was ever in a plane was because of Gold and Black Sound. We flew to Michigan. And then I'm also in Kappa Kappa Psi, which is the band fraternity, and because of that, I've had opportunities to travel to various other states that I've never been to before. And so, like before high school or before college, I probably only went to about 2 or 3 other states, but now I've had the opportunity to go to many different ones, along with Colombia as well.
And we might remind listeners that Golden Black Sound is the girls' basketball pep band.
Yeah.
So you went there for obviously a game or a tournament.
Yeah, and it was a really fun game. We actually won that.
Oh, good.
It was against Michigan. It was a pretty big deal.
Cool. Paige.
I have not been able to do a whole lot of traveling just with my personal schedule, with my school schedule, but traveling even to away games is a huge deal in this department, and we all get up at whatever hour it's going to be to load up on the buses, and everybody shows up, and we're all carrying all of our equipment, and then we pass out the bandanages, and that's just kind of our fun newsletter full of
And I don't.
everything that actually has some relevance, like the history of the band cheer, to
Sure.
random things that everybody's creative with and writes up just for laughs. And I remember like driving to the Michigan State game our freshman year, and somebody turned on the movie Tarzan on our bus, and just the entire bus, like 40 college students, singing loud and clear to all this Phil Collins music and reciting all of the dialogue to this movie that we've all grown up with, was so special to just kind of look around, and everybody was going with it, and then we get to the game and just had a good time there. Just traveling to a away game in a different state is exciting.
Yeah, and I don't want to minimize that as well on travel, because every year you go somewhere. So just, if you could remember, what football stadiums have you marched in outside of Ross-Ade?
We've gone to Michigan State. That was our freshman year. Sophomore year, our away game was with Notre Dame. We went to Lucas Oil Stadium, which was fun. This is actually the only year we didn't go to Lucas Oil for any reason. And then this year, where did we last year?
Last year we went to Northwestern.
Last year Northwestern, and this year we went to the University of Illinois.
And you've also marched in the halftime for the Indianapolis Colts games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, last year we went for the Colts Patriots halftime show. That was definitely a really unique experience.
Deflategate.
Stadium was packed. It's Lucas Oil Stadium's a really big thing for a lot of like high school marching band kids, because that's where they hold Grand Nationals. And it was so interesting just to do a halftime show there for a football game opposed to a marching band competition. So it was definitely a unique experience.
Especially the noise level.
Oh yeah.
When you
It's
compare it to the
loud.
noise level, say at Ross-Ade to Lucas Oil Stadium,
Yeah.
it's,
The roof was closed. And
Yeah.
it was loud. It was pretty
Yeah.
hot too,
Loud,
I
it was
think.
warm.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
all started on, I think most of us started on the opposite side of the field than we usually do, because we all came in and then we had to sprint 100 yards to get to our starting point, and then immediately run out for our pregame halftime show.
and have enough air in your lungs to be able to blow
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
your instrument, although
Like,
percussion,
I'm
I
not
don't have to
blowing
worry
through
about
my
that.
instrument.
So, tell me, how do you juggle the commitment to bands and your studying? I know that's always on some people's mind when they're thinking about joining a band, especially as parents, and the parents of freshmen are worried about, are they going to have time? Band is 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, plus Saturdays when we have a home game. talk a little bit about how you've managed to sort of master time management, I guess. Corey?
Well, for me, drumline does a little bit more outside of rehearsal and stuff, so that's a little bit more on top of that. But as a senior, going through it for 4 years, you can do it. I've done it for 4 years with mechanical engineering. It's definitely possible. At first, you kind of struggle with it a little bit as a freshman. I don't know anyone really who hasn't struggled with time management in band at one point. But once you get over that initial learning curve of just being in college and being on your own and having no one to push you besides yourself, you just get good at it, and it's just something you're always working at. And you got to make sacrifices for it, but being in this band department is by and far worth giving up watching a TV show or like maybe hanging out with someone. And that's another thing is I consider band my free time. Like, this is my time to do something I really enjoy. So I don't consider giving up time for band. I think of band as multitasking, doing something what I love and spending time with pretty much all of my friends.
Katie?
For me, I tend to do better when I have more stuff to do, so I'm actually like involved in like a lot of organizations, and I have 2 jobs, and so for me it's just the more stuff I have to do, then the more I have to like acknowledge the fact that I have to dedicate specific amount of time to these various organizations and all my homework and whatnot. And so